The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day after the market close. Tom takes your phone calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's get to Tom in Pittsburgh. Hey, Tom, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, I want to tell you that listening to you, Steve, and also Larry turned my laptop into a money machine.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing, man. How long have you been listening?
Well, you know what? I lived in Tampa.
Okay.
And I started listening to you back in 2000. That's when I first found you. I've listened ever since.
That's a beautiful thing. Well, listen, man, we really appreciate you being out there.
And now, here's Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 2 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Manifest your true intentions. Regardless of what language you speak, your intent will manifest through the word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you are will be manifested through what you say each and every day. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow down 391, NASDAQ off 82, S&P's down 37, gold contract off $66, traded $1,741 an ounce. Silver down $4.40, trading at $36.03. Platinum down $71, trading out at $1,689 an ounce. Copper, pretty amazing, down 32 cents at $4.34 a pound. Light sweet crude off $5.55 at 80.36. Our gas tanks are going to, fill them right up, baby. Bonds up almost 3 points at 145.31. Dollar index up $1.17, trading out at $79.03. Euro down 92 ticks at 134, and the yen is down 19 at 76.29. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay. Now, first leg down, folks. When we go back to July 22nd, we had 1,346 in the S&P. Excuse me. We come barreling down to 1101. Huge volume, acceleration down, all of the above, right? Huge amount of energy it takes to do that. We hit those lows at 2.4 and 2.5 billion. The first low was 1119. That was on the 8th. The second low, 1101. That was on the 9th. You bounce out of there. What do we do today? Today you go to 1114. You do 1.7 billion. 1.7 billion versus 2.4, 2.5. You push into it. Now, we have two different issues here. We pushed into it. We had 1.7 billion. That's an acceleration of volume from the last swing point out there from the 12th. But it's certainly much lighter volume than the swing points. What does that mean? Boing! You're going to see a bounce out of here. The whole world is fearful. The bulls are running. You're going to see a bounce. That's your S&P. Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow. This is what you have with the Dow. Dow, at one point, was down to 10,597. That 10,597 got under the 10,604, which was the low that was generated on the 9th. That sets up the same deal, sets up a bounce. Now, what you have here, folks, is this. This is what the real, if you're long-term, investors, one of those deals that, you get in the market and you never get out of the market, you got to be really careful, because what you have here is that this is another confirmation that we're still building cars to go downtown. It's just, you're going to stay in this consolidation right now, because, see, what you had is that when you gap down like this, well, here, let's do the NASDAQ first, because the NASDAQ is the one that's screaming again. So let's go over to the NASDAQ. NASDAQ comes down to 82 bucks, 24.55. NASDAQ comes down with 2.9 billion, yet you're going into 4 billion. Now, the danger in the NASDAQ is this. When you get a gap down, number one, you get a doji in the middle, it's like, okay, you're going to gap down tomorrow into the lows. At this point, I don't expect it, and this is why. Inside the NASDAQ, now you want to see something wild, and folks, this is something that you want to be all over. Yahoo's doing an ABC up. You know, this is on my list last week. Bottom line is that this little baby's doing an ABC up. It's pretty amazing. At one point, it was down 4 or 5 points as cents in the marketplace. But this looks to me like someone was going to take over Yahoo. The reason I'm saying that is that, number one, you know, they couldn't bust it down today. Number two, what you had is that it ended up closing up 3 pennies. But more important is that it came in. What Yahoo did is this: it came down to 13.24, had 59 million shares. That was going into 93 million shares. It looks like it wants to get into this 1861 somewhere up here. So it's going to get really interesting watching this whole thing shake out. Now, let's go over to the gold contract. What does gold do? Gold goes down 66 bucks. We're at 1742. Remember, the last low out there is 1705. So they said baby's not done yet. They want us to run down to that 1705 area. We'll see. That looks to me like, at this point, that may be the bottom of the consolidation. The top of the consolidation, of course, is those highs out there, the 1900, and the other side, the lows. We go to the GLD. The GLD, that gapped away today, gapped away $4, coming right into that 165 area. Hit the 167.48. We go to the bond market. Check this out, bonds. Okay, so bonds out here today go to the moon. They go up 3 points. We're trading at 146 right now. Now, this level at 146, you know, we got a couple calls on the bonds yesterday, and it looks to me like longer term, yeah, you get, well, yesterday I was talking about the 145 to 165 level. That's game, okay? But I can tell you on a shorter term basis, what the bonds actually just did is that they just finished a 1 to 2 ABC structure on the way up. So we'll see whether we get that turn, meaning the bonds pull back, do another ABC up. The market takes a bounce. You know, we'll see whether the market can get to the top of the consolidation or not. Now, let's go through some of the ETF structures. The SPY, what did the SPY do? The SPY had 469 million shares. That's how we come down. We were coming down into 513 million shares, which was the 18th. We were coming into the lows that had 718 million shares. You get it? The SPYs are going to need more than that. Now, the danger part of the SPYs, of course, is that they are right at the lows. They didn't, you know, basically get into the lows. Overseas, you know, worldwide, folks, it was basically a big red day out here. You had the FTSE down 4.5%. The DAX, the CAC was down 5.25%. You had the DAX down 5%. The Nikkei last night was down 2%. The Hang Seng was down 4.5%. When you take a look at that context there, meaning the whole world, we didn't do bad. You know, the Dow was only down 3.5%, meaning the Nasdaq was down 3.25%. Big numbers, right? But not the end of the world. And I'll tell you, this is this is a market, folks, that you better have fast fingers. There's no two ways about it. Now, let's take a look at some of the high volume stocks out here. We had Bank of America was down 32 cents. You had Cisco down 51. Citigroup was up at $1.56. Freeport McMoran was down 3.45. We take a look at, let's see, Apple was down $10. If we go over to the XLF, we'll just take a look at the XLF. Okay, so what the XLF did is this. Breaks its lows. The low out there that we were dealing with was $11.81. Your characteristic down here, you know, we had 260 million. We did 203 million. That has to get back inside the range. Couldn't handle it today. XLE, energy. We take a look at energy. What you have with energy is here. Energy also broke the lows out, down 355. You know, we'll see what we can get back inside the range. The bottom line is that you can expect volatility to continue because what you're going to have here, you're going to have bounces up, down, and all around. In fact, the headline news out here, which you'll hear, which is just amazing, not amazing, but the bottom line is that the headline news is going to be that this was the largest downdraft in the Dow Industrials since 2008 on a 2-day basis. What you won't hear after that, and this is where experience comes in, understanding markets comes in, all of the above. What did happen the last time that happened, folks, okay, and if you get market insights, you know that, well, depending whether you got it then or not, bottom line is that we had flipped the positions from short to long. That was the next day the market opened up 900 points. Now, I'm not saying the market's not going to open up 900 points tomorrow. What I'm explaining is that get your head wrapped around price and volume and money management and stops versus what is going to be pushed out to you on a basis. Because what I loved coming into the close today is that everywhere, the Barton Briggs, so check this out, okay? This is the guy that was saying that, let me see, here it is. Barton Briggs cuts his bullish bets to 20%, okay? This is the guy that was saying, let's see, how much was he saying? Before this, the stock was supposed to go to the moon. And now all of a sudden, bottom line is that now we're going to hell in a handbag. It's a beautiful thing, folks. That's what you want to see. Let's go to, where am I? I'm having a hard time reading what you're sending me over here, man. This is sad. How about Doug in Boston? Hey, Doug, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure, thanks for calling, man. Thanks for holding.
Yeah, how's everything going?
It's going great, man. You having a good day out there?
Very good. Hey, you commented earlier about people who, kind of use their work 401k and things.
Yes.
You know, how you go in and you're stuck. You're not as stuck as you think. They tell the folks to, take a look at the rules in their plans.
Okay.
Because in the last 3 weeks, I've been in the market for 3 days total and made 8%.
Good for you, man. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and all of it was with your, listening to your market recap and, watching the volumes and, seeing fast destruction with no volume. And it really is, adding confidence to me getting in because I got out way back when you were telling us that it's like 13.5 that, it's going down. And I've probably made 25% since then.
Good for you, man. That's a beautiful thing to hear.
Going great. And what I saw today, I didn't have guts to act on it. I agree that I saw the volume. And I said, okay, we didn't break anything.
Right.
We went in. Tomorrow, what kind of move would I look for in the Qs to help me know that if I missed the bounce?
This is what happened today, folks. At 2:20 today, if you're watching this on Tiger TV, at 2:20 today, the first buys came in. I mean monster buys, folks. At 2:20, if you're watching Tiger TV, you're going to see what happened with the Qs. That was the first. You got to understand something. What I do, folks. Okay. I look at markets on a daily basis, weekly basis, and all that. But intraday, I'm always trading, and I'm laying out 10-minute charts. Now that first buy came in, but it came in right across the market. Well, it came in the Qs, the diamonds, the SPYs, right across the market, the small caps. Okay.
Up.
Yeah. The second buy. So I said, oh, there we go, here we come. Then the second buy came in, and what ended up happening is that it stayed in the Qs, it got smaller in the diamonds, it got smaller in the small caps, meaning they bought less. You just stay right there, folks, and I'll walk you through this little baby. And then as to what the number is. The number, by the way, is 5405. You want it over the Qs. But I'll be right back, folks.